So basically what we do here at the compound, we're creating the Moorish nation builders of America. When I came up here from Grand Rapids, we came down to actually buy a block and develop it through our Southside Community Revitalization Program. Coach Perry Dey actually runs the fitness program and ministry of the Moorish Nation Builders of America, which he teach boxing. We go back to the styles from Napoleon Lark to Chunky and all other great boxers.
Jimmy Ellis. Right. A lot of people don't know about the great history of boxing in Benton Harbor, but Benton Harbor has great boxing history from the House of Dave to one of the first $1 million prize fight at the land over at the House of Dave. If you come back from over there, none of that was concreted. It's one of the biggest purses. We have guys like hometowners. When Muhammad Ali moved in Barron Springs, he was associated with Chunky, Napoleon Clark, Mr. Gillespie. All these guys. Willie Dilton was a professional prize fighter, won a world champion back in the day. Napoleon Clark sprung from having families from down south and migrated from the army to military fighting to his Napoleon Star fighting, which produced guys like Courtney Burton's top-ranked amateurs, Chuck Hills, myself included, Tempton Walker, and the legacy just goes on and on and on from a stable of mentoring with the Moes. And as the brother brung, like he say, from Grand Rapids, now we down here with the Up North 94 Sports. We worldwide with my brother Quan out from Texas, with his son is a phenom semi-pro basketball player. So we doing all the things that the brothers say that we do as creating with Lil Lonnie Butler and his phenom days from a basketball player to his growth generation with his girls. So that's what we doing.
Right. This and all of this history just basically lead up to what we do under the Real Fathers Association.
Definitely.
So we want to recreate these levels. We want to teach young people from music production, video production. It's just a lot of things that you can teach. Each person who know how to do something is going to teach another young person. So we got the recording studios, audio, video production, clothing design, and as we was talking about, even on the bloodline level, each child who born as a Moor receives a piece of property. So we as men, we devote ourselves to actually giving our children upon birth a lot in order for them to grow and develop.
It is hard trying to inspire the blind to see. But we will. The bylaws. The bylaws. The bylaws. Yes. The bylaws. It takes a special breed of person to recognize greatness as something other than themselves. I devote myself to being that person. To you, the bylaws. Act 2. It takes a special breed of person to stand up.
Welcome to Heatville. We're on the south side of Benton Harbor, Michigan, where we have about half a block. We have 8 lots. Each lot, some of them lots start with just the grass. From the grass we go to building a fence. We fence the property in. Once you fence the property in, it becomes an enclosed structure. You have to have a warrant to come into an enclosed structure as long as it's open as in the public. So then we go from here. We build sheds. That's the projects. And each area is a business. So this area, we're going to be doing gardening, growing our own food, and we're going to put a cottage here, which we're going to be eventually cultivating the herb and allowing members to cultivate their 12 plants. So each member will have a bed with 12 plants up in there so they can cultivate their herbs. And then we'll have a small farmer's market where we sell a product. Each child is born as a Moor. We encourage the Real Fathers Association to buy their children property. So among birth, each child receives a lot. And then they have 18 years from that point in order to build on that lot. So we teach them carpentry, masonry work, electrical, plumbing, in order for them to play on these lots and build at the same time, from sheds to tree houses. They also learn vinyl. So with these houses, we actually teach them vinyl work. We do vinyl siding, a lot of woodwork, and different things that you would need in order to buy a property like this. And then you can see this property turned into this with the vinyl side and everything on it. We call them compounds because we take more than one property. We like to buy a house that has like at least 3 or 4 lots next to it. That way we can compound the properties and actually use our utilities to produce on all levels. This house particularly, we do the solar. So from the solar, we want to build up to the point where we actually selling the electric to every house on this block.
Strengthen our economic structure. I devote my long-term goal is to build better generations. Act 4. I understand I may never see the promised land, but I will inspire the mind that will. I do all I can to inspire the minds that will. I devote myself to being that person. Act 5. For I am my brother's keeper. That I demonstrate through the duties of my responsibility.
And our end goal is always to be able to sell the houses. Once we fix them up, we sell them to families who actually want to homestead, meaning they want to work and live in their property and grow their family. So it is always going from one level to the next level more is within the organization.
Clamp your arms up under his legs. Yeah, the other way. The other way. The other way. Yeah. Now sit on his foot so you can. That's how you can do it. You have to pull him up when he sit back. Like you can sit back, Jay, and just do it right. And lock yourself on there so when he pull up. You gotta pull up, Jay. You gotta pull him like pull his leg. Yeah, pull his legs like You gotta pull Jay to you to help. Yeah. Yeah, 1. Now you gotta balance yourself, big man. You gotta pull, Jay. When he pull up, you pull. You know what I'm saying? You good?
Pull.
Yeah, he ain't
You
really
just
gotta
keep his
pull.
stability.
Keep his balance. Go slow, man. Up,
I devote my long-term goal is to build better generations. Act 4. I understand I may never see the promised land, but I will inspire the mind that will. I do all I can to inspire the minds that will. I devote myself to being that person.
not catching that.
It is hard trying to inspire the blind to see what we will. The bylaws. The bylaws. The bylaws. It takes a special breed of person to recognize greatness as something other than themselves. I divide myself to being that person. To you, the bylaws. Act two. It takes a special breed of person to stand up for something they believe in. I devote myself to being that person. To you, the bylaws. Act three. The bylaws. It takes a state of consciousness to realize the importance.
So basically what we do here at the compound, we're creating the Moorish nation builders of America. When I came up here from Grand Rapids, we came down to actually buy a block and develop it through our Southside Community Revitalization Program. Coach Perry Dey actually runs the fitness program and ministry of the Moorish Nation Builders of America, which he teach boxing. We go back to the styles from Napoleon Lark to Chunky and all.